Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time checking in, thank you. Please like and subscribe. And my goal is to hopefully leave you inspired with a more open mind and gain some knowledge. I'm going to touch on some pretty heavy subjects this video. The ego, the attached observer, and suicide. The last couple weeks, there has been an incident behind the scenes with an 11-year-old. I don't want to give out too much information because I don't want family members to feel exposed. But an 11-year-old confided in one of my relatives. She's like a granddaughter to me. I've known her since she was a little toddler. She was thinking about killing herself because one of her friends, she didn't feel like she fit in, killing herself. An 11-year-old. Sad. Our culture is, I don't know, it's not just our culture, it's the world. And my advice is always the only person you can love or care about truly is yourself. The only person that can really care about you is you. Should you take other people's opinions and feelings and what they want to do for you or what they, yes, you do need to, there is some balance and responsibilities, but you have a responsibility to yourself. Number one, something we barely talk about in the yoga community or the pagan communities or any communities. We talk about suicide, we talk about reaching out for help, but why don't we talk about what leads people to feeling that way? There's chemical imbalances, but there's also our culture of just looking at the outside. Just looking at what credentials does somebody have? What car do they drive? What clothes do they? How much money? But yet we're all seeking this inner truth. And from my experience, the detached observer and letting go of the ego are experiences. They're very hard to convey, especially in a Western culture that is very materialistic. Where do you work? Very materialistic. And when you base your self-worth on the opinions of society and others and money, you're left empty. You're left empty. People have killed themselves because of the pandemic, because they lost their businesses. People kill themselves because they lose a partner. People, I was just, my mind was blown by an 11-year-old thinking about killing themselves. Luckily, she went to her mom. So it's not just enough to start cultivating this reaching out, which thankfully she reached out. But yet, why was she feeling that way? Because she didn't feel like she fit in. Some of us don't fit in. And that's fine. Because why do you want to fit in? Why do you want to fit in to a culture that is so hypocritical? That we say we're accepting, we want everybody to be equal. But the reality is, when you start opening up to people, 99% of the time they run away. They really don't want to be around someone that's on the brink of homelessness, or, well, why are there so many homeless people? If we're such a Christian loving, want everybody included society. I think we need to start practicing what we preach. Because just because you wear certain kinds of clothes or drive a hybrid car or an electric car, that doesn't make you a real Buddhist. I'm working on deepening my practice again and following through. But I know my voice. I know I have to really work on my voice. I have the Fran Drescher voice. Instant judgment. That's okay. That's okay. And I want to thank my current subscribers and my future subscribers. I am very grateful that you take the time to listen to me. But I can't base my self-worth on anybody but myself. I have to love me. I have to be okay with being alone. I have to be okay with other people's opinions of me and the hateful things people have said to me. I always say, that's not me, it's you. People pouring out their negative projections onto you and labeling you is coming from them. That's something to remember. People spew out what's in their shadow sides, what they're trying to work out. You know, people look at me, some people look at me and you look so fake. Okay, well, there's something that has triggered that in you. Not me. It's something I triggered in you. And that happens a lot. Something you do triggers somebody else. That's their problem, not yours. You cannot base your self-worth on the superficial world we live in. And when I'm trying to understand other people's points of views and perspectives, I do my best because I try to go into the detached observer. I try to detach from myself and observe what this person is saying to me. And it takes me, I don't believe in making quick, and like I said to somebody, one thing I know is I will never know everything. And isn't that what reincarnation, some of it's about, is you keep coming back to live this life over and over? To keep learning. And I really just want to stress the ego. The ego is, to me, the beast within us. The ego feels the need to prove to the world, to prove to our fellow humans, our fellow culture, we're a pack, scientifically, we're like wolves, we're pack animals, we're social animals. And we want to prove to our fellow social animals that, hey, I'm a productive member of the pack. Okay, and that's great. It's great to have goals. It's great to strive. But why do you care about what anybody else is doing, what anybody else is driving? You know, the yoga community, even in the yoga community, there's been a lot of labeling, a lot of human ego. Detaching from that human ego and really just focusing on yourself and not allowing your spouse, your family, the world to dictate how you feel about yourself. Happy Beltain, many blessings. Thank you for watching my video.